So in this lesson, we're gonna go over understanding trading hours, right? The last lesson we went over different type of market types. At the end of the video, I did explain how different type of markets have specific time that works the best, right? So in this video, we're gonna go understanding different type of hours that actually works the best for those type of markets. So why does trading hour matters, right? So the Forex market operates 24 hours a day, 5 times a week. So the market opens up every single day on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then it closes on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, right? Now, just because the market is open 24 hours a day, 5 times a week, doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are supposed to be trading every single hour, every single session. There's going to be specific session for specific markets, right? If you guys want to focus on the Forex market, there's going to be session that works during the morning, and there's going to be session that works during the London session, right? Which is the night session. There's going to be times that, the commodities in the indices works the same exact ways, right? So definitely don't want to be trading different type of markets hour. We're gonna go over a different type of session and which session works the best with those different type of markets, right? So again, different trading session that has different type of level of liquidities and volatilities. What do we want to trade? We want to trade volatilities. We want to trade liquidities. When there's a lot of liquidity, when there's a lot of volatility, that means that there's a lot of actions in the markets. When there's a lot of action in the markets, that's where the market is. That's where we have the opportunity to capitalize with the market. So here's a quick overview of every single trading session. So there's 3 trading sessions that I focus on the most as well. We have the Asian session, we have the London session, and we have the New York session. So the Asian session is the first trading session of the day, focusing on the Asian market. So we're looking at Asian markets, right? We're pretty much looking at a market that is pretty much trading the JPY, which is the JPY Gen. This is pretty much what market you guys want to be trading whenever you guys are trading on the Asian session. We have the London session, which is one of the most active sessions with heavy trading volume. We have the London session, and then we also have the New York session, which is the second most active session with high liquidity, right? So if I'm being honest, the only session that I do recommend you guys to focus on the most is the London session and the New York session. Again, keyword, high trading volume. We're looking at the New York session, the second most active session with high liquidity. The Asian session is the first out, is pretty much the first trading session of the day. We're gonna have to wait a few times, pretty much the market is moving very, very slow throughout that time. The London session is where we have the move from the Asian session. The New York session is the continuation of the move from the London session, right? So the Asian session does have, it's the first operation of the day. It does move very slow. Once it opens up during the London session, that's where there's a lot of volatilities. The New York session picks up that volatility from the London session and then starts heading either to the upside or start heading to the downside where there is a lot of liquidity and a lot of volume. So going over the Asian session, right? It is the first session that opens up throughout the day. The first session that opens up throughout the day is at 7 p.m. Eastern time and it closes at 4 a.m. in the morning, right? So the active session is the first session in the market, right? Which is only focusing on Asian financial markets. So whenever it opens up at 7 p.m. here Eastern time, that means that any country between the Asian session, right, or during the Asians, right, that's pretty much where the Asians are pretty much waking up, right? That country is already waking up. The banks are opening up. For us, it's going to be late, but for them, it's pretty much the morning. So the bank opens up over there at a specific time. Let's say over there is at 8:30, 9:30 in the morning. For us, it's going to be 7 p.m., and that's exactly where the market's already active to trade the Asian session. The next session that we have here is the London session. It opens at 3 in the morning Eastern time, and it closes at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Right? So this is pretty much merges with the Asian session. The London session is a session that only currency that you guys want to be focused on, which is the best currency to trade, right? It's going to be the Euro, the Great British Pound, and the XEUUSD, which is the gold market, right? The Euro, again, since is everything over there in the London session. The gold market as well moves very heavily with the London session. Same exact story. The London session over there, let's say it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. That's pretty much when London is opening up their bank. Whenever they open up their bank, that means that the market is ready to operate. Whenever it's ready to operate, that's where we either stay up in the night, we stay trading at 3 in the morning, and that's where we can operate market throughout this entire time during the London session. We have the New York session, which is my favorite session to trade. Opens up at 8 a.m. So I live here in the United States, right? So the banks here in the USA opens up at 8 in the morning. Whenever this bank opens up at 8 in the morning, that means that the market is ready to start having this move. And it closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time every single day. So whenever this session pretty much closes, that means that this session over here, whatever pairs you are trading, for example, the JPY, whenever it's 4 a.m., that means that this pair over here is not really moving as much volatile compared to what it was whenever it opened up. Same thing with the London session. Whenever these pairs over here you're trading, Whenever it closes at 12 p.m., the volume starts slowly dying for these specific pairs. Same thing for the USD. Whenever it's already 5 p.m. Eastern time, the market is moving very, very slow compared to how it was moving between the 8 a.m. time. Now, going over different type of market with different type of session, right? Don't get me wrong. There's going to be Forex market that works best for Asian session, works best for London session, and works best for New York session, right? Now, the key word, if you're trading the Asian session, which only operates the Asian financial market, you want to be focusing on trading pairs that has the ending with JPY. So if you guys want to trade the USD JPY, this is the best time to trade this pair. There's going to be a lot of volatility with this exact session. Now we go to the London session. You only want to be trading Forex market currencies if it continues or ends with Euro or GBP. If you want to trade the Euro USD dollar, that's pretty much the best time to trade this exact currencies. If you want to trade the GBP USD, that's the best time to actually trade this currency as well. So again, you want to be trading currency that is heavily active throughout this time, that has the most volatility. The Asian session, the best Forex market to focus on is the currency pair that ends with a JPY. London session over here, same thing, currency pair that ends with Euro or GBP. Now, the London session as well works very best with the gold market, right? The gold market in the Asian session does not move as very volatile compared to the London session or compared to the New York session, right? So the London session, the currency over here that works the best, it's going to be the XAU USD. New York session, we're talking about the Forex market. Again, want to be looking at currency pair that starts with USD. You can trade the USD dollar versus the JPY here. You can trade the USD versus the Euro USD. You can trade anything that has the USD, right? This over here shows that there's a lot of volume in the market, that US, the dollar is moving the most during this time because the bank, it is open at a specific time. Now, indice market works the best during the New York session, right? So if you guys want to trade the indice, you guys want to trade the S&P 500, US 30, the Dow Jones, or the NASDAQ 100, this is pretty much the only session that you guys want to focus on the most, which is the New York session. Do not trade during the London session. Do not trade in the Asian session. The market for that USD pair is closed till the next day at 8 in the morning. So to finish off this video, like I was saying earlier, right? The market is open 24 hours a day, 5 times a week. But us as a trader, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're able to trade every single hour throughout the entire sessions, right? Our job as a trader is to simply pick one session and one currency. If we want to focus on, USD currency, then what we're going to trade? We're going to trade the New York session. If we want to trade, a Great British Pound currency or Euro currency, we want to focus on the London session. We want to focus on the JPY session, then we focus on the Asian session, right? You want to make your trading as simple as possible. You don't want to be trading every single market. You're going to find a market that best fits your strategy, that best fits your foundation. You like it, then you're going to pick a session. Once you find that session, your job is just simply pull up every single day at that specific time. And you guys are going to notice that the pattern is going to repeat itself over and over again. Just simply building a system, right? So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.